Alright, so I want to just update you on the case that, I reported on that radioactivity and low frequency and them using our bodies as a conductor to use us like a phone. And I'm noticing it, you're noticing it too. If you see my videos, they, get in the way of your vocals. Like, they can make you sound like, in a lighter tone, in a harsher tone, and um in a sense, like they'll have you like, dude, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but it's just like fucked up because like it's just people that are jealous and people that want to influence their fucking surroundings to make it look like certain individuals that they target, like they don't know what they're talking about, or they give a false idea of what it is to be tough or know what it is. So they actually, like, they mess with all of your image, they mess with all of your speech, you know and what they're doing, because out of nowhere I went for a run one time and then I came back home, and then out of nowhere I noticed under the TV the button on the power button was like, it was off. I don't know if it was the popping sound or they're broke into my house, so they did that, and so they can bug the TV, or I don't know what the fuck they do, but yeah, dude, it's stupid. It's just so they can like record like my bigotry when after the fact that they shock my head, my heart after they hurt me, like just so when they go target another individual, they'll pre-record and press play on anyone's lashing out after they were inflicting harm on them to make it look like they're the problem. And then they're over here getting shocked, and then all you hear is the pre-recording of this person lashing out, and they were just replying and protecting themselves and lashing out because they were being inflicted harm on them. So you see how whoever's guilty doing that shocking shit behind computer and radioactivity behind the feds, they kind of hide themselves by tampering with surroundings like that, you know? And look at how when I'm like explaining myself, they're over here like, you know, messing with my vocals and shit. I mean, we're surrounded by constant currents. I mean, it's nothing to have like an open source of line to where they're probably being transmitted to those stars that they just throw up, and then it's like connected in a sense. I mean, we have those three-way calls, so I know it's a humongous world, so I know it's easy to fucking catch these idiots, because they probably like target a selected handful of celebrities or popular people, and then they thought they had something to offer, you know but the people don't need shit. We're in great standing. I mean, we all, pay for the good teamwork, healthy communication, education, no favoriting. Everyone has equal amount of great value to them. There shouldn't be no war or conflict. Don't be teaching each other those ways, because you're just going to find somebody just as toxic as you. And then who's to say, all of our children growing up and out of nowhere, we get bombed by a handful of countries that over time they think, oh, you know what? They put us through it for no reason. Now it's time to, retaliate or something. Dude, it gets fucked up. That's why you need to know how powerful the good word is. And that's why you gotta know when I release the funds from the equity of the Bible with all of our equal efforts and all of our families together. It was no joke. When the law fails and people don't give a fuck about going to prison because they'll do the time instead of taking on responsibility. So they'll literally, if you don't give them a life to live, they'll take you down with them. God is the only one saving everybody's fucking ass. So follow the rules, man. Stay on that right direction. We desperately needed helping hands. And it's all for life. We desperately need a lot of helping hands, as much as we can get, and people that care. And that's what was the foundation of service members, of FBI, CIA, police, military, border patrol, people that care. Out of nowhere, over time, they started switching the narrative and then talking about public safety, and then all they do is just fucking patrol and judge and then all that shit. Instead, you need to be building with detainees, for detainees, for the rest of them, for the rest of the communities. Then we go on to the next country and establish great relations there. Our Border Patrols actually have great connections and great documentation so they can get the health care they need and educate new languages constantly and always build and provide great opportunities. It's through a job well done. It builds trust, it builds understanding, and it builds healthier environments. The people literally that made it so convenient in a great life with endless possibilities and our surroundings flourishing, dude, they're literally killing them off because they've accumulated a certain point of success. Now these fucking idiots in radioactivity and tampering our bodies and tapping our phones, dude, like they can literally like give a heart attack to anybody. And they're over here threatening, they killed my family just to keep me silent so I won't fucking let it be known they're trying to mind control us and our troops. So people are literally going to war for no reason. And if everybody was in great standing, there was never no conflict ever. And they're hiding behind labels. And then they create, because it's a part of the good word. We give this educational reminders so it can be great and we won't see crime. But then there's some fucking idiots that want to get away with that shit that they're doing. And what they're doing is now they're blaming our foreign partners, and they're fucking perfect, dude. They're no problem. Nobody was ever the problem. And then somebody that has the equity, like they're leeching off all of our great equity and all of our great relationships, all of our families built over the years. So now you can get just a new person, coming in, and of course they're gonna leech off of, all of the great equity that we've built. And then that's not even the case. It's probably like a great person too, So I don't judge, but like they hide behind them and then they try to confuse them and pull their strings. And in silence, like they'll have you, they'll like create a sense of disturbedness inside of you. They'll force all of that, like forcing their thought patterns, forcing like, forcing hate, a hating narrative. And then like, it's just a person that's just, in front of you. And then like you give that, they dish out that judgmental, like, speculation. And then like you move, and then so they'll literally like trigger some of your memories and thoughts to where it'll anger you, and then you become frustrated with your surroundings, and that's how they try to like control your life in a sense. So like when you're seeing a post and then like this person has something worth saying and they're taken very serious, they'll like tamper with your algorithm after you're targeted, and then they'll literally like have you favorite an individual that you were probably doubting, and then here comes an individual that, knows what they're talking about, and then they'll just like, like force all of this disturbance, and then like all it takes is just impulsive, like just to not, you know, take you serious, or like to overlook it, and then you just scroll past your timeline, especially when there's like already 15-second videos that literally like shorten your attention span. So past that 15 seconds, then your body becomes disturbed over the fact that it's not being trained for the duration of a good lesson. When you're like reading a book, you notice how you get frustrated, and back then people were reading a whole book within a day or a week, and now people open the book just off of idea and vibe, or um, you know like a hype beast, and then they just read like what, 2 pages, and then like they got all excited because like just of the idea of reading a book, and then the vibe, and like, and then they close it, and then off they go. Oh yeah, I'm reading this book, or you get me? And they probably weren't even like into reading books, dude. Like, what the fuck, dude? And then like when you're like with your girlfriend, if you find a girl, and then out of nowhere you have these idiots like just like putting a whole different woman's face, like, on your girl, and then the girl's like getting shoved down a whole different dude's like face, and then they leech on our arousals, they leech on our blessings that God gave us. Like, dude, it's fucked up and it's fucking stupid. Like, literally, like, whoever it is, dude, needs to go to prison for sure, dude. Like, it's fucking idiots, man. I'm over here playing the PlayStation, and then they try to make. Now they're trying to hide behind, like, the voiceovers of these characters, man. It's like they finish off sentences. And they can literally, like, mind control your fucking surroundings if they're unaware. That's why you better let everybody in the world know what's happening. Because they will not be able to mind control you when you're aware of it. And you stay with God the whole time. And you'll notice how you shouldn't be, very impulsive. You just breathe. Calculate your thinking. Stay in the present. Stay with God. And always treat each other right. Focus on what works, and focus on your duties and rules that we all have to follow together. We all need clean water. We all need to remain under healthy living standards. We can't have, our law officials all faked out for no reason, and then to a sense they fucking start rotting. Your attitude makes you rot, man. Do you want heart disease for no reason? Do you want to live half a life for no reason? Do you want to be gasping for breath for no reason? Then listen, I hate fucking saying this, man, but I'm going to say it one more time, because God's not like this. But I'm going to say it again because it's very true, and you need to know. I'm Mr. Roman from the Bible. I predicted the pandemic in 2016 when God told me, and it actually happened in 2020. And tons around the world died. They called it many different strains of illnesses. It didn't matter what illness hit. Illness was going to hit because people get careless and misdistribute their attention elsewhere, when in reality, there's a species of animal that produces millions within 25 days. And they also need to remain healthy and have a clean environment, because your overall health, you see, they try to fucking get in the way of my shit. Try to get in the way of my fucking focus, man. Anyways, your overall environment of the animals and humans justifies your overall health. There's a lot of shitty ass areas a mile away. Even if you live in a good house, dude, a mile away, there's other people that ain't living as great. and they need to remain, under healthy living too. So this is very important. This educational, and they're not gonna fucking silence me. It's the reason why I'm very vocal on that right direction with 100% and way more than 100% confidence in accurate real lifetime results. Guaranteeing you a great life if you listen. And I'm the reason why everybody in the world is breathing today. So, dude, like, because of God. So, thank God, not me. I'm just over here, like, didn't doubt God, and I understood God, and I recognized God when God was literally talking to me very directly. I'm not in denial. I believe God, and I listen to God. And God is the reason why we came to all of the solutions that we are all seeing today. We are all ignoring it. Like, literally, dude, like, whoever you are, dude, just fucking leave. And I know it's from the labels because, like, dude, I'm not even a fucking singer, dude. Like, I'm just with God. And damn, I want a life too. I had plans for myself, you know? I would have already been good and stable, but, like, they fucking mess with, like, law officials and fucking, like, they fucking, like, influence their thoughts and, like, they just ruined my fucking time, dude. Like, you get me? I had, like, dude, and I listen, I follow the rules. We're side by side working, since I was a super, super littler, and then till today, dude. It's never gonna stop because we were all Romans at one point. That's the structure of the rules and making sure everybody's cared for and our consumptions are cared for, out of nowhere, like, it's a humongous world, dude. So constant education on the right way and constant reminders is very important because then you get some individual and a family, that didn't come from, like always being good, and then they end up, being put in position to where now they start making, money, and then, you know, they need to get used to being exposed to the world that they desperately needed at one point. So they start getting possessive at first. Then you have these people that also want to be great and in good standing. So they're partnering and side by side with them. And then they start, favoring each other. And then, like they start leaning on their own paranoia when there's no need. You just have to educate and always establish that foundation and that structured pattern that now you don't need to worry. There's rules to follow every single day. You always remind about the rules and you lead by example on the right thing to do, and that's all it's about every day. You know? And then like all of my healthcare operations that I've been to, you know, and I approach myself, that I'm 100% partner, but I don't necessarily always approach myself like that because it's pointless getting all that attention when there's work to be done. Because then we don't get down to the root of the issue if you're going to be out here favoring selected handful individuals when everybody matters. It's God every turn. Because then we need to find out exactly how it is on the ground in order to see if it's going to be a successful outcome. So when I approach it, all of my partners understand that this guy ain't even playing. He ain't playing at all. Because somebody that's full of shit would be focused on, profit or all that shit. You know what I come in doing? I focus, hey, making sure your well-being is great and all of our benefits are being respected and using, all of the resources that we have and making sure they're honored. Like we look for the best interest in your well-being because if you're not healthy, I'm not healthy. Because problems always get solved. And of course, like after the foundation is already set and structured, then we just do that healthy wage increase manner that never fails us. We'll never be in debt ever. Every employee, $10, $20 every pay period, on top of those benefits and withdrawals of, taxes and all that, and then then some, right? So it's a guaranteed wage increase every 3 months with that structured pattern, and now all you have to focus on is the same healthy structure and routine, spreading the good word, marketing, reaching the masses. And then we held events, we hold events, to keep work going smoothly, spreading the good word, hiking events, swimming events, having, the schools always learning new languages, to keep everybody involved and keep everybody, healthy and keep everybody used to each other. This is great equity. Just like, when you're playing the PlayStation, it keeps everybody used to each other. And, you know, dude, that is like very needed when, presenting a project and you want everything to run smoothly. Now they're used to each other. Now, hey, you understand that now work is going to be running smoothly, you know? So it's very, very impactful, spreading the good word and constant reminders, always, implementing in motion picture, real life scenarios and real life outcomes, and just to always have a reminder to come bring mutual understanding to the masses. And that's how we influence each other everywhere in the world, because it's obvious when somebody is full of shit and when somebody isn't. All right. So literally, like, whoever is literally messing with people's heads, they just make shit up in their head, man. And then they harass people, and they just made themselves believe like shit. You see how they fucking say? They just fucking talk shit all the time, derailing focus off of what literally keeps them fucking alive. And then it's not even becoming a world worth fucking living in or like saving or protecting, man. All they got with for them now is just the fucking uniform, materialistic, and just the idea attached to it. Now you guys are looking like some fucking dumbasses, dude. Get the fuck out of people's life. Fucking pieces of shit. It's somebody with the labels working with some fucking feds that they probably paid off and they probably fucking fuck or some shit. And little did they know they're being fucking mind controlled to be into each other when they could be doing better. That's why you see fucking beautiful girls with ugly ass men. You see beautiful men with ugly ass girls, and they would have been doing better. They're fucking being mind controlled, dude. They're trying to mind control people. I'm not fucking into none of y'all. This world is fucking rotting without us. We're just ignoring it. That's why it's becoming, a great world, because we walk with God. But you guys are fucking shit. Whoever you are. And you deserve to burn in hell, like literally. And that's what's gonna happen because you're trying to keep God from living life. And it's God's fucking world. So understand you're gonna burn in hell for the duration that you're invading people's heads. They can literally target a couple, and then they're loving each other, creating memories with each other, and then out of nowhere you have just these voices, making it look like, oh, it's because it's because of me, making it look like they've always known the girl. They leech off of memories, and then they just put a bunch of clones and lookalikes. Like, they're fucking idiots, man. They just grow an illusion. It's not even a fucking handful doing that. And then they make it look like, oh, they have the whole army, they have the whole military, when that's a lie. All they have to do is just like influence people's thoughts in secret, and dude, there's like whispers that you don't even hear. And it's real people doing real stupid shit. God is not like that. So of course they could leave. They're taking their blessings for granted, and we didn't do that for them. I know we're over here trying to learn different languages, right, to get to know God, you know, in a deeper level all over the world. And then they're over here, like, putting words in our mouths and, like, kind of like teaching you the wrong thing to make you look like a fool and to make you conflict when you come to the next country and want to, like, get along. So obviously I'm being fucking targeted for no reason. So they're trying to suppress my blessings just to, like, offer a fucking hand when we don't even need it. We already been through all of that shit. That's why we leave all of our investments with all of our families everywhere in the world in the foundation. And everything else, dude, there's people to keep healthy. It's the best you let everybody know, man. Like, literally, because then we have new life coming in, they produce rapidly. It's a humongous fucking world, you know? And who the fuck cares if someone's put in position? Being put in position doesn't mean shit. We already see how uneducated you are when you think you have to go on a podium around a selected handful of individuals just to be taken serious. When in reality, why don't you get your ass right to work and become a real fucking asset with that right direction? We need everybody building. We need everybody following the wage increase rules. We need everybody spreading the good word. And we already told you how to effectively do that. We don't need you to be over here wasting our fucking time and wasting these good people's time because you lack the education, because you want to favorite and rotten these good people's fucking lives with compliments because you're not fucking educated. So they think they have to go, you know, to the house. They think they have to go to this place and that place to be taken serious. And over time, you already notice you can do your fucking speech and yet you're forgotten already. Because you're uneducated and you had that wrong direction. Why don't you fucking stop wasting everybody's time and you get to work the right way? I don't even want to meet none of you, man. Don't even fucking look up to me. You fucking thank God. I just wasn't stupid like y'all. Thank God. God every turn. And build public funding. All of these events were because we were over here investing in real estate together. It doesn't come anywhere else. You have to eat. You have to keep paying bills. Mortgage tax. Nobody's dumb. You fell for it. We didn't. Now treat everybody right because everybody matters. That's why everybody's involved. Life is way better. Privacy is way better. You give room to grow, room to think for yourself, room to develop your own individual personalities. And it's so fucking obvious, man. So whoever you are, I just want you to know all of the military and law officials and everybody in the whole world combined is going to know who you are and find out who you are and take you to prison. Because everybody else has families to care for. Their lives are better. They don't always want to be fucking thinking of you over some fucking uneducated favoriting fucking idiots that rot. There's a better world than the people you want to fucking selected fancy. Everybody has fucking, like, better lives, man. And then, like, with all that radioactivity and you're fucking shocking our heads, popping our heads, threatening on us when we're getting along, doing nothing wrong, We can't fucking concentrate on communicating with each other, on solving problems. We can't communicate. We can't concentrate when we have, engineering tasks to do. Imagine our astronauts in NASA. They can't concentrate that good. We just fucking ignoring it. And we're going through it over some other people's idiot ass selfish ways, dude. And there was never no conflict, all because they want to get away with mind control. Could have been anybody. They're obviously, dude, and you don't have to be that close when I'm playing PlayStation or when I'm, watching a movie. You don't have to be that close, dude. Somebody educated literally gets the perimeter and sees where it's fucking coming from. Whether it be those fucking stars out there that are fucking all false and maybe they tamper with our technology. Dude, we're like in a blanket full of light. So they can literally manipulate our blood flow. I'm not gonna waste this opportunity to let it be known that shit is shit. And there's a lot of times I don't even have to like voice myself. They're even noticing that all of their surroundings are rotten. Dude, look at the whole world, dude. It's not even just our country. Dude, it's every part of the world that our environment's fucking looking like shit, dude. Like it's looking very, very shitty. The atmosphere is looking very shitty. Follow the rules and stay with God, and right now you're gonna have to ignore it and spread that good word, because we get nowhere being impulsive and angry. Dude, I already went through all of these fucking emotions. Dude, I was really fucking pissed, dude. I really believed it was my surroundings, but they take advantage of the unknown. They take advantage of your knowing your memories, and then when you're asleep, you vibrate for no reason, or they force dreams, and then over the days and years, they could literally throw a picture like a phone. They can throw a picture, a motion picture, like in your head, and make it look like, oh, that was a vision from God or something, but it's not. It's fucking like being tampered with. That's why God is fucking pissed, and that's why the whole environment's looking like shit. It's not even a life worth living. You do not want to literally be entertaining that shit because, dude, everybody is pissed. All of the investors are pissed. It's getting away with business. It's fucking like literally poisoning all of our harvest. But we get nowhere, angry and impulsive. So everybody builds, everybody wage increase. And as I'm talking to you, I just saw a flash of a fucking picture in front of me. Dude, they're all fucking stupid, man. To be honest. Anyways, just literally, dude, get down to the bottom of it already. Or else you guys aren't gonna even have a life to live, and our kids deserve, a great life unbothered. It's a humongous world. Whoever was into that dumbass shit is stupid. Is a stupid ass person, man. A team, they're fucking idiots. That's what happens usually when you adapt to your own paranoia and you don't walk with God. Now you make problems for yourself because you thought you were doing the right thing, and all you had to do was dress it up and make it look all pretty and paint a pretty narrative of safety, when that's bullshit. Because everybody got each other. You're just a poor leader, whoever you are. And I wouldn't know. I'm not going to blame anybody because there's a good person in everybody. But I just know I'm going to make it a lesson for all. No favorites. I'm the reason why you're breathing. I'm not favoriting anybody. I stay with God. And they could leave because God tells me. The same God that predicted the pandemic, and it actually fucking happened. So they could leave. And they will. and nobody's even bothering them. Everybody's just literally living their life, following the rules, doing nothing wrong. And then out of nowhere, they're just out here, just harassing people for no reason. Understand your responsibilities when you're in the military, police, border patrol. We needed helping hands to care. And now we have accumulated the good word in many forms with reminders and always building, making sure everybody's under healthy living standards, every business is following the rules, and you wait, clean, cook, engineer, scuba dive, caring for marine life and all the animals' food, showering the food, correcting detainees, giving all job opportunities. It builds trust, understanding, healthier environments. And over time, you keep on, doing these healthy patterns, you're going to understand, hey, we got rid of cancer. We got rid of heart disease. Because now all of our drugs are legal. Everything's organized and distributed with warning signs, restrictions. And now it's cared for with all government officials amongst the community, all understanding the importance on caring for our consumptions. Because whatever you dish out, that's what you're going to eat. Even if you're not doing it and you don't listen, and you're not doing it, and then there's out there creating another harmful drug unseen, and then it reaches the masses, it's like you're directly doing that drug too, because people aspirate. Maybe that's another reason why I'm noticing people's lips getting white for no reason, and they're rich, they don't lack anything, and you guys are in great standing, nobody lacks anything in their life, but still, you're dude, you're like looking dead in a sense. And your environments are just not all there, and you're doing everything right. It's like a loving environment, but like you're just like unhealthy. And you guys look rotten. They're getting it easy, doing that mind control thing. Well, that easiness becomes to a point where now you start losing value of each other. And then it just creates disease. So I'm literally moving, and then they could literally dude, make noises. They do popping sounds, and they threaten people to keep them silent. Let the whole world know, man, we take care of God. And I'm thankful. I'm very thankful for everybody standing for what's right. Those are the smartest people that shouldn't be messed with. And it should not be taken for granted. All of our leaders standing for what's right, not entertaining war or conflict, spreading the good word, and reminders, dude, they are very, very important, and they're not putting you in harm's way because they know the true foundation in healthy patterns. To accumulate these healthy patterns that you can take for the rest of your life. Always kind in there for everybody, always knowing that it's God every turn, taking care of God, so God takes care of us. Caring for the animals, caring for their food, caring for our food, making sure everybody's good. All right, great. Always reminding, giving the good word through motion picture, media, and always remaining constant. You can reword it in different ways, but there's new life rapidly being produced, so they have to know, understand these healthy duties, cleaning, being there, spreading the good word is very, very impactful. Because, dude, life produces extremely fast. There's an animal out there that produces millions within 25-day spans, dude. That should be fucking alarming as fuck. And there's life, a bigger world, dude, than like one or two countries. Even if all the countries were getting along like they always are, and they always will be. But dude, It's a humongous world. You gotta understand this. So that's how I know for a fact whoever's doing that shit is gonna be easily caught. Easily. Send them to prison, man. Send them to prison. It's very faintly when they keep talking. I don't know if it's pre-recorded, blending in with an actual person like that talks over a duration of time to blend in. But God wouldn't do that. And as I'm talking, you notice my tone change in different ways. Like, they try to make you believe, oh, it's a robot, probably for gossip and shit. Like, it's fucking unnecessary. They thought I was gonna probably be excited. People are gonna be excited. Oh, look, they're offering, you know, an amount of money. Dude, nobody needs that shit. The people will not need that shit. You need to follow the rules by law. It's by law to follow these rules because you have a home to provide for, you have kids to feed, and a good life to remain. So you follow those rules, dude. The healthiest pattern, man. I shouldn't have to be reminding everybody. I just called, you know, Burger King the other day, and they were getting paid $9 an hour. You know, and that can't even be like, that person can't even like afford like to live on their own in a healthy manner, and they should. Every employee, $10, $20 every pay period for a guaranteed wage increase every 3 months. You set that account to the side, you take it to the bank as health care for the business to always remain under healthy living standards. And then every business is going to have a cleaning crew, a building crew, and you just keep on, you know, you build, you can gain more funds through building, public funding. So as I'm talking to you right now, they're just like, I can see them talking to each other or whatever. And like, you see how they're like getting in the way of my vocals? They can literally like make somebody sound like them. Like they're all fucking stupid. On all they have to do is use radio and use a constant current to kind of use that, you know, electrical current to like override your vocals. And now, dude, it sucks how now like everybody you hear, they're gonna look rotten and sound rotten in a sense. Because now we know what's happening. So it is from a label. And it's nothing new because it's all of the good word from all of our families. See? So it's nothing new that they're partnered with like feds, military, and all of them. So they'll actually like, you know, they can be like messing with their heads, they can be mind controlling them, and everybody just ignores it because they want to live a great life for themselves. But just understand, they could leave and they will. And the world will be a much better place. They try to like make a joke and a fool out of you. Well, thank God they're gonna die, right? I mean, what are they gonna do now? They're gonna try to blend in with the movies now? What they do when they know they fucked up, they hype you up and your surroundings up, and they make it look like you guys have always been working, and then they harass and like kill or fire the people put in position wherever you're going after seeing your schedule. And then they like, you know, they dish off and forge your signatures. They forge your speech. They're just idiots when they should not be breathing. Or a lot of other innocent people are gonna die for no reason. It's just not right. And I'm gonna be at it every single day. It's a fucking problem. That's why you should care about everybody and everybody's well-being everywhere in the world. Because the moment you start thinking that you're the only one to care for in the wrongest way, then that's when they start seeing you just as a worthless head. And I don't want that for you. I don't want a horrible, rotten life for any of you. I want you to be in peace and prosperity with your loved ones and your family, left alone, with tons of endless possibilities, and a great life with the same healthy patterns going to the next planet and the next planet and the next planet. So I can use a helping hand, as you guys are being very compliant. And I mean, I'm no dictator. I mean, you can understand if somebody was, you know, getting shocked in the head, just bullied, and then like pretty much jumped, and then they killed my family to keep me silent. Then they fucking try to poison us in secret, but then I called, you know, all the professionals, and then we go ahead and, you know, suppress that in silence. That's fucked up, dude. So you need to let everybody in the whole world know, like everybody, about this case. Yes, I make horror movies, but that was just to spread the good word and educational on what I'm justifying right now, how impactful it is to never see shit in real life. To always see the good in a person in real life. But when I'm explaining it like this, dude, this is not a movie. This is a serious problem in real life. And in 2016, that was no joke when God told me. You could be using AI just to like, you know, do some dumbass shit, but somebody has to be like messing with it and being really in control, like, you know, of whatever they're doing. talking low frequency, man. You can barely even hear them. And then they have all these manipulative ways. So they hurt you and inflict pressure on you on purpose. And then say, oh, you see, I left. And then you're over here, like, having pain. And they said, you see? And then they release the pressure. And then you feel better. And then they say, you see, I'm back. Like, dude, they're manipulating the fuck out of the elders, too. They're taking advantage of their old age. And they're threatening them and their families just to use them for their position. And I'm just not going to be name dropping. I'm just going to make it a lesson learned for all because, dude, they're obviously doing the same to me. And it's so obvious that they hide behind feds. Like, they have authority of some degree, and then they fuck up and they've been going through shit, so they make it a fucking duty to, get the same education, and then they form their own fucking groups. Like, there's shit like that. And then be careful, because somebody that can be on the case will probably be the fucking reason that all of this shit is happening. That's why it's best to let everybody in the whole world know. Because then fresh eyes come in and they take it very serious, and then these people are just like, they're just imitating that they take it serious, but then they're the fucking problem, and then they put themselves in a position where like they're doing, a good job and they've been on the case. And then, dude, so you gotta just make sure that, whoever is doing that, you just take them to prison. Enough is enough, man. There's a better world to live. God doesn't do this to life. God doesn't do any of this. God doesn't make you do dumb shit to be great. God does not take away your sanity. God doesn't take away any of it. All the good stuff. They're trying to take away your problem-solving skills, your healthy communication, but I know for a fact that God's literally already on it. So you never need to worry. You never need to worry. See how they try to get in the way of your speech? I'm seeing that a lot. And then they're just ignoring it like if it's a coincidence, but it's a serious issue. And the last thing I want you to do is blame our foreign great partners. Because it's gonna be obvious to catch them. Dude, it's God every turn, dude. Don't define others or yourselves and your peers just over a handful, man. They're already realizing that it's full of shit, and they're fucking taking each other out. They're threatening each other. Whoever it is. That's why it's going to be very, very educational to not do this dumb shit. It's fucking pointless. Look at, they rob themselves from their own life, and everybody else is just ignoring it. I'm ignoring it, dude. That's why I keep having great days. They're literally sound so convincing that I'm gonna die yesterday or today, and they sound so convincing that they're killing my family and relatives, the rest of them. And you know what? I just literally leave it alone. I know God is bigger and God will never fail you. It just sucks. Like, it's just fucking a waste of time, dude. It's a waste of fucking time. God is bigger, man. God is not gonna let anything happen without His say, and they can't go anywhere that God is not in control. They can think in their head with tons of confidence that they have control over situations. But dude, even if you're put in position anywhere in the world, if they notice you're full of shit, they're not going to take you serious. They'll take you out. It doesn't matter what position you're put in. If you're literally putting other people's in harm's way for no reason, like over time, they're going to realize you're full of shit. Dude, I would have been like married, you know? I would have been married right now. And like already like, well, I'm already set, but it's just like, like now we're making sure that nothing happens to anybody because of this dumbass shit. But like, dude, yeah, I would have been married. But now I understand what's happening. They try to like threaten my surroundings, and then that's why, you know, it, like, but dude, it's just stupid because damn, we don't even do that to anybody. Now nobody interests me. They're all being fucking controlled and shit. It's just a rotten fucking life. We're just ignoring it. And God's gonna make it better, but it takes us together, working as a team, following the rules, and making sure everybody is under healthy living standards, and you turn in all those old cars to get brand new cars, and then the old cars you melt it to get new moldings, and you do all of that. You see how I'm over here just you know, explaining myself, and then they do that shit. They did a popping sound on my mouth. You know, they shocked me right here. They're just scared to die. They're gonna die already. I mean, we always, you know, give them a way out all the time because, like, we don't want to risk anybody's life out there. But yeah, they're dying for sure. Anyways, just keep your hopes up. Be a good person, and I mean, whoever knows who it is, you're super, super lucky, man. Like, literally. Like, you're super, super blessed. You should, like, slit their throat and put it on TV. Or, like, no. Like, you should find them and then, like, you should put them in a cell, right? The team or whatever it is, and like in a like a see-through glass chamber, and then have like everyone in the world like just slice them with a knife so they can slowly die. You know, that'd be so beautiful. You know, I mean, you know, we had the you know, the crucifix as, you know, spreading the good word all together with all of our families. But then we had some jealous people hate on Jesus for no reason, and they were hiding behind all of us. We see that, you know, with our government agencies too. But it was just messed up. I don't know, dude. It all comes down to jealousy, or um, or they lack the means to understand, or they create a toxic habit for themselves. I don't know, but we can't explain it. But just whoever finds out who it is, catch them. It had no assuming, because dude, it takes life from everybody. Like, it's no fair. Put them in a see-through like cubicle, and literally like have everybody in the whole world just just stab them, like slowly, so like that those people can slowly die. I don't know. It'd be like, I mean, for God, because damn, they kept God from living life, dude. What the heck? And nobody's bothering them. And God is good all the time. You know? That's why we make horror movies. So we give real life examples and real outcomes. So when we come outside, they won't act like shit in front of us. And they really fucking happened. Like, the horror movies really fucking happened. Like, it's no joke. Like, people, if you give people like no life to live, dude, God is fucking killing you. Alright? Like, if literally like people like if you give like people no option to live, dude, they're just gonna take you down with them. And we have, like deep roots, and there's a lot of intelligent individuals out there. And if you go against God, God is going to take you out. All of that education and knowledge and wisdom and direction, that raised me very well. I wasn't favorited. I got, and I got in trouble for things that I didn't do, you know. They put me in situations that I didn't need to be put in, you know. But I came out of them every time with God. Just like we are all going to get out of this shitty ass situation with God too. And off to space on the next planet. We're not wasting nobody's time. End every war, end every conflict and dispute. There is nothing anybody can obtain that is not accessible to everybody. We are building, we are increasing wages, we're caring for, we got to make each other's clothes, we got to care for, the crops, we got to make sure we take care of the sea animals, the land animals need to shower regularly, we need to make sure that, their foods are constantly replanted. They have to eat every day, we have to eat every day, they're producing new life every day. Dude, there's going to be tons of work that needs to be done. And then we can build infrastructure underwater too. And after, when we're building, what you could do near the projects, you have this filtration system that just like collects all that harmful debris, and then we'll have a crew every so many hours take all that gunk, put a new filter, and we'll have a filtration system on the ocean where we have our renewable resources leaking into our ocean atmosphere. So there's work to be done in that right way. And every single day, the world moves fast. We're going to always have to clean the streets too. We're going to have to clean our businesses and clean the windows, the outside surfaces. This is real life documentation. I'm doing it every single day with you, just like with our, law officials, military, border patrol, with the detainees in our community. Active, very effective life surveillance in real time, documented on my resume And these are real accurate results with zero risk to anybody's health and businesses. Guaranteed a great healthy life, great direction, now to the next planet. Alright? This situation I am right now was not my fault. I'm not in control of this situation that I am now, but I'm not wasting anybody's time. I'm educating, spreading the good word, making it be known so nobody forgets on that right path, and understanding why we come out in the first place. Because even you notice it, dude. All the parts of the world, their environments are looking horrible. Like they are, dude. Like, don't bullshit yourself, man. You deserve a great life. How many more times are you gonna go to the same clubs and then they get old and they need to be rebuilt? But you already grew accustomed to the habit of just like bumming in the house and then going out, or like making an easy buck on desk jobs and then or commission and then going out. Like, you need to implement the good word, dude. Like, clean, like I said, very accurate facts, cleaning, motions, doing everything right, a healthy attitude, kind to everybody. That stimulates receptors in the body that enhances beauty, enhances health. All through the motion, man. It's like your body understands what you're doing and is right there complimenting you every step. So every time you make an educational video and you're teaching and you're working out, you're being nice to everybody, you're building, caring for your surroundings and community, your body knows that. So you enhance those healthy receptors that enhance your beauty and enhances your environment's beauty, and that's why you totally eliminate all diseases. But now it's getting to the point, like, everybody, you have to remain constant on this education. So because new life keeps coming in, you're gonna have to always repeat yourself constantly till your last day here. But understand, we will live forever. Like, we will always be living. There will be no death for us that really walk with God and understand life. They are just phases of life. Alright? I want you to understand that, because that is truth. And God says it. So now there's nothing to worry about. You just care for God, make sure God is good here, and God will take care of you. It doesn't matter how convincing, they can all be against you for no reason, so it seems. But you just make sure you're doing what's right, and dude, you're gonna have a great life. Respected privacy, respected consumption, Dude, I didn't want this attention or whatever. It's pointless, man. I want a life to live. So understand how blessed you are as an everyday citizen. And dude, you're God every turn, everywhere in the world. So enjoy your life, but it needs to be known, that and not to do any of those toxic shits, because now understand, when I was talking about the problems and how lethal it would get for us all, that's all people were angry about, and that's the sensation of feeling that you just wanted to end everything with you. But notice, now I diverted my attention and implemented those healthy conversations and with tons of hope and limitless opportunity. Now we see nothing stopping us under any circumstance. Now nothing will faze us if we stay on that right path. And that's why you notice the good word is very, very impactful. And never to fear when you go out anywhere. This is just your knowledge, education, and direction. So stay focused, find out who it is, and like I said, it would be such a blessing to put them in like a see-through cubicle, the team, the group, whoever's involved in that, and then have everybody all over the world just slice them with a knife here and there. Or they can like implement their like torture, from God, like a chainsaw, like chop off a limb or something. Like everyone like participates in this torturing this team or whoever was on it, because dude, they kept God from living. I mean, that's what God guarantees, suffering. I mean, we always forgive. So look, let's forgive again, right? Because God is good all the time. So let's forgive one more time. God, we forgive our trespasses. And we're still going to give them an opportunity to live and leave, to work side by side with us. But they're going to be very, very close. So they won't do any dumb shit anymore. And I don't even know who the fuck it is. But anyways, but if they continue, if it's another day and they still don't fucking leave and they just don't get it through their fucking head, then we already know what to do, man. So everybody around the world can view in live recording all over the parts of the world. Just slice them a bit so they can die slowly. I mean, that's what they're doing to us. Dude, we're fucking literally doing nothing wrong, following the rules so nice, dude, to everybody, making sure we're taking care of everybody, and then out of nowhere, it's looking like we're all being poisoned slowly by these fucking idiots, man. Like, I'm seeing you guys fucking peel in front of me. You're looking very, very pale in front of me. And I don't want to see my surroundings fucking rot, man. And you supposedly are rich, you do this and that, but you're fucking ashy. You're fucking rotting and you're peeling and your lips are white, nigga. Like, your lips are white, dude. Like, damn, dude. Like, there's no need, man. Like, there's no need to be like that out here. Yes, I enjoy, laugh here and there because I'm with God, And whenever I'm getting shocked or whatever, I give it to God, and I still am very hopeful. Because at one point in my life, those same idiots made me want to like not be here anymore. But then God said, hey, just trust me. I'm gonna make this a testimony. And we're all seeing the testimony be fulfilled right in front of our eyes. And God is, ending all of that toxic shit. Why didn't God take them out? And a pandemic happened to make it a lesson for all, but there still shouldn't be out here amongst the public self-glorifying themselves at all. But anyways, yeah, you see how life can be great when you do the right thing all the time, when you treat each other great. And it shouldn't be your go-tos. We have healthy ways, to never see crime. Make a movie with the community. It builds trust, great relationships. It eases access to get right to the solution of every problem. There's languages to learn constantly because they also have to be equally educated too. Because we don't know if they're being due the same issues that we see in our country. They're seeing the same issues in their country too. So we all have to stay involved, together. And that's what our, leaders today made it a great life for us to live and travel. Dude, thank them, please. We are thankful for great leaders that don't stand for shit, that stand for a great life, and they just say it right there, way boldly, and we're going to do the same. Because if somebody is messing with our water or harvest, you know what? We're gonna say that. I don't care if we're being threatened or anything. Hey, if it's wrong, it's wrong. All right. So you take those healthy ways to always be there for God, and you'll see God. It's a blessing to see God be there for you. Because you're obviously not playing with anybody's life, even the people that, that don't want to be known that they're dumb. Anyways, God bless, right? And always, let everybody know, because then they get very, very fucking sneaky, man. And they always regret it. They always regret it.